Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sunny, also known as the Oracle of Alexandria, and today I have another guidance reading for you. Our topic for today is going to be an interesting one, and essentially it is guidance for self-empowerment from our pop culture heroes, at least a few of them. So I have 3 decks here today that are all based on films or TV series. I have the Hocus Pocus Tarot in here, I have the Golden Girls Tarot in here, and I have the Last Unicorn Tarot in here. So if any of those interest you, this one is kind of meant to be the Last Unicorn Tarot, this one is meant to be the Hocus Pocus Tarot, and this one is meant to be the Golden Girls Tarot. But to be honest, there's a little bit of everything in each pile. So they're not really theme piles, it's just that those are the 3 options that will appear. So use your intuition to choose the pile that most resonates with you. You can choose pile 1, which has 3 alphabet oracle stones on it, the letters Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. And then we have pile 2 in the center with the letter Phi, and pile 3 on the right with the letters Kappa and Rho. So if none of those are really resonating with your intuition, you can always choose a pile at random or choose one based on its location, etc. Or again, this one was kind of meant to be the Last Unicorn pile, this one was meant to be the Hocus Pocus pile, and this one was meant to be the Golden Girls pile. They're all mixed up. There will be a little of both in each pile. So, you know. But if that helps determine a pile for you to choose, then there you go. Anyway, with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and cut to the footage of me creating the piles for those who would like to see it, and then I will see you in your readings proper. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and set your alphabet oracles aside until the end of the reading. We will use those as a final message for you to keep in mind once the reading is completed. So, our topic again is guidance for self-empowerment, featuring pop culture heroes, and we will begin the reading with the central column of cards, which represents the dominant theme, energy, or context for essentially either your current situation or kind of what you need to do, a generalized idea of what you can do to help you empower yourself and move forward on your path. So we'll start with the card here at the center of the reading. And we have Lunasad, prosperity. Okay, let's look at your other cards. We have dowsing rods, seeker. Okay, and then for your final card in the central column, we have change. Okay. I feel like there needs to be a change in your fortunes. And one of the ways that you're able to do that is by putting more effort towards bringing abundance into your life, or prosperity here. And that can be an abundance of money or some sort of material wealth. However, it could also be, what is abundant can be many things. It can be love, friendship, family. Okay? So we will, of course, try and identify more throughout the reading, sort of maybe what sort of abundance or prosperity you are needing to bring into your life here. But there is something perhaps that you feel you are lacking, or maybe something that you are called to change on some level. And more effort needs to be put into seeking it. This could also be, for some of you, gaining more knowledge in something. So gaining more abundance or prosperity of knowledge on a topic relevant to your life and your life path right now. So let's go ahead and dig into your tarot cards and see if maybe they can give us a little bit more info on what exactly they are speaking about. Okay, so at the heart of your cards here, we have the Devil. Right, this is an interesting one. Generally, the Devil is about control, and that theme is present here in this version of the card. The thing about the Devil here, though, is that this is from The Last Unicorn Tarot. And if you haven't seen The Last Unicorn movie or read the book, this figure here is the unicorn in her human form. And she is being menaced by the bull. She is essentially too afraid to act for her own good and for the good of her people. Again, if you haven't seen the film, all of the unicorns in the world have been gathered up by the bull and imprisoned in the sea. Or read the book, by the way. Both are fantastic. Anyway, she's too afraid to act. She's too intimidated by something in her life. In her case, the bull. In your case, what might it be that is sort of menacing you to the point where you are left unable to act? Where you are so intimidated that you just can't even make a choice or take an action for your own highest good and for the good of other people in your life. Okay? Generally, the Devil is something that we do to ourselves. And again, that is here present in this card because she's choosing to be afraid, to be passive. She's choosing to just yield to the will of the bull instead of doing what she knows is right. Maybe in some cases, some of you watching right now are people who always go with the easiest path, the path of least opposition. And that is very much something that she is doing here. She's choosing the path of least opposition because it seems like the right choice that she knows she needs to make is just too hard, that it is beyond her. But when she believes in herself, she is able to challenge the bull and achieve her goal. Okay? And so for some of you who may be feeling intimidated on some level, you know that there's a change that you need to make. And it is possible that if you can just find that resolve within yourself to make that change, you can achieve your goals. You can change your life, bring in more prosperity and abundance and goodness for you and the people around you, the people who are important to you. Okay, let's see what else is here. We have the Chariot, okay? And then we've got Strength, Okay, lots of Red Bull imagery here, but also this is the unicorn in her unicorn form challenging the bull. She believed in herself. She finally found that resolve to do what was right, and she succeeded. Okay? And that is definitely something that you need to bring into your life also. It's interesting that this version of the chariot shows Prince Lear. He's on his horse, he's fighting a dragon. Okay? He is, in essence, trying to win the favor of the unicorn in her human form because he doesn't know she's really a unicorn. Prior to her arrival, he had never been, quote unquote, a hero, but he became one to be worthy of her. And he had to believe in himself also that he could achieve these things, that he could be worthy of the affection of this beautiful woman. And it's the same for you. There may be a self-worth issue as well as lacking belief in yourself, in your ability to achieve something or do something. And, you know, the reality is we only fail when we give up. And that's what happened here. She gave up. She was too afraid to challenge the bull. It felt like it was too much for her. She couldn't believe in herself. But eventually, she couldn't allow the bull to run free anymore because she saw the harm the bull was still doing to the world. And so she had to stand up to it. Is there a red bull in your life on some level? And what harm is it doing to your world that you are not standing up to it? For some of you, pile one, it very well could be an issue of maybe addiction. Okay, and it doesn't have to be anything serious or hardcore. It could be something as, you know, a binge eating disorder, which I have, so I'm not judging. I'm just giving some examples. It could be, for some of you, procrastinating rather than seeking and working towards change. Okay, and again, that is something that I have been guilty of for most of my life. It's only recently changed for me. So you can change whatever your Red Bull is. You can stand and challenge it. And you may not win the first time. The important thing is you don't give up. You keep trying. You need to be gentle with yourself. If you stumble, if you fall, don't beat yourself up. Don't shame yourself. Don't give up. Take a break if you need to. Accept that you stumbled or that you fell. And then when you're ready, get back up again and keep trying. Okay? Because you don't really lose until you stop trying, until you give up. Then you've lost. And definitely, we should not give up on ourselves. Absolutely, no matter what. Okay? We have the Wheel of Fortune. So, the wheel is turning for you. Okay? And it does seem like it's turning in a good direction. It's turning in a direction that will allow you to challenge the bull. The question is, can you stand up and fight it? Or are you going to cower in fear and take the path of least resistance? The Tower. Okay? Now this is a card of tremendous change right now. I believe that you are working towards change. However, you may be taking some small steps, and it's ready to start taking bigger steps. It's ready to start investing more momentum towards your goal and towards what you are doing. It is time to put complete faith in yourself, to move forward and create change, positive and meaningful change in your life. Okay, whatever you are struggling with, you can overcome it. You can live with it. You can beat it. Positive change is possible, but it requires work. Okay. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, this card here shows us that you've been through a lot. Okay? But you've survived. And you've done enough that things are changing for you, perhaps even rapidly for some of you. Sorry if you can hear the loud cars going by. The important thing is that you keep up the momentum. Okay? You don't give up on yourself. You can do this. You've already been through so much. You can keep going. You can achieve more. For many of you, the hardest part is over. The final steps are still some of the most frightening ones, of course, but you can do this because you've already been through so much. Okay, let's see what Lenormand card you have. The Fox. This is an extremely positive card for you, pile one, because the Fox is clever. The Fox is creative and witty, and it can outmatch its opponents. It doesn't need to be stronger. It can be faster. It can be smarter. It can have more tact and guile in how it maneuvers. Okay, sometimes you don't have to overpower an enemy to overcome it. You don't have to bulldoze an obstacle to get it out of your way. You can go over it. You can go under it. You can go around it. And this is the energy of the Fox. The Fox is quick thinking, light on its toes, creative. And this is the energy that you need to bring into your life now to help you get over these hurdles. Okay. Lastly, we have Themis. And the keywords for this card are cosmic order. But if I remember correctly, Themis is the Titaness of wisdom. Okay, and she resonates strongly with the Fox for you right now. There is something that you can bring into your life on an intellectual level that can help you. Okay, for some of you, that's more learning to help you achieve your goal. For others of you, it could be planning or strategizing on some level to help you beat something, mental preparation. Okay, for others of you, there could be order that you need to bring into your life, structure, for example. You may need more structure in the sense of, having a set time to go to bed and a set time to get up in the day, being more responsible and organized on that level to empower you to be in a better position to overcome whatever obstacles you are facing right now. If we are tired, if we're hungry, if we're hangry, which is something I'm very familiar with, if we are, if we're not in our best, most prepared state, then we're not in the best place possible to overcome some of the challenges that come our way. Okay? And so Themis, as cosmic order, may be coming to tell you that you need to bring a little bit more order and organization into your life. Make sure you have time to get up in the morning and have breakfast before you go. Make sure you take your lunch break, whatever it is, whatever ways in which you can bring more order into your life, you can put yourself in a more advantageous position. Okay, let's see what cards you have on the other side of your reading. So these are the Golden Girls tarot cards, and this is technically a bootleg version of the deck. Unfortunately, I missed the official version. Doesn't seem like they publish it anymore, so. Okay, we have the Two of Wands here. All right. The Two of Wands is a card of planning, and that is another aspect that I was getting from Themis, that for some of you, you may need to plan, to strategize, as I was saying before. This card here is encouraging that you need to prepare. Plan out the steps that you need to move forward. Really examine your situation and identify areas where you can improve or help yourself to be in a better situation to improve. Okay? If you have a bad sleep schedule, for example, that can really hurt your attempts to progress in many levels. If you're tired, if you're not as sharp and as mentally fit or physically fit as you can be to deal with something, because you're just exhausted all the time. All right, the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is someone who is very vigilant. They put in a lot of work and effort to advance. They've come a long way, very much like your Nine of Swords energy here. The Page of Swords has come a long way, but they still have further to go. And that is evidenced here with the Devil, Strength, the Chariot, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? You have further to go. You've already achieved so much. You can do more. This is not the end. And you are encouraged not to give up, to be vigilant and persistent in your studies. Okay? If you fail at something, again, you can get up and try again, because you don't truly fail or lose until you give up. I know that is corny advice, but it's true. Okay. Justice. And there's definitely an area where balance would be beneficial. Okay, where preparation would be beneficial. There's also an element to justice about doing the right thing, even though it's hard. You have a challenge that is difficult for you, lying ahead of you. But the thing is that you can do it. You've already overcome so much. Okay? You have so much great positive energy coming to support you in this time. There are just changes that you can make to better support yourself, to empower yourself, to achieve your goals. Okay, the Five of Swords. For some of you, there may be things that you need to walk away from. Okay, things that are creating imbalance in your life, things that are not serving your highest good. But when you walk away, you don't want to completely give up. Okay? You need to put yourself in a better position to challenge it again. Okay, walk away, but don't give up entirely. The Nine of Wands, again. You have been through so much to get where you are right now. And maybe there were times where you stumbled and you fell, but you got up and you kept going. And you can keep going now. You can achieve more. Okay, now is not the time to stop or be content with where you are and what you have. Now is the time to keep pushing forward. You have so much positive energy coming for you to sort of be the wind in your sails and propel you forward. There's so much great potential for prosperous change in your life. To open yourself up to happiness, to contentment and completion on some level. That is very powerful. And you just have to keep taking the steps, keep standing tall in the face of adversity. A lot of the challenge is already behind you, and there's not much left when the Nine of Wands is here. But you have to keep going, you have to keep standing and fighting. Okay, the Three of Cups. It is possible for some of you that you may have friends, family, or someone in your support network who can help you. Who can help you be more positive, more happy, who can help prepare you for the challenges ahead, who can support you during the difficult times ahead. Okay, could be someone who maybe has some valuable advice or insight for you. Could be someone who's just merely there to support you. Okay, but this is someone that you can really lean on. It may be a new partnership or connection, friendship, whatever the case is, coming into your life soon that you haven't had before that can help you get through it. Okay, but the end result is that this person or people in your life are going to help empower you and help you get into a better position. It may be that they have wisdom to offer you. For example, I could be a tarot reader like me. Maybe you need to get a more in-depth, detailed, and specific reading about your situation. Okay? But there is external people, beings for some of you. It could be spiritual guides, deities, saints, whatever you believe in. It could be spiritual figures supporting you as well, encouraging you, inspiring you not to give up. Hey, connect with the things that are meaningful for you to give you that strength to keep pushing ahead. Hey, so this deck uses the names of various figures from various spiritual traditions. However, it is their own version and understanding of that being. So this may not be correct to her traditional mythology, but this is Danu, and she's called the Mother of Creation in this deck. And the keywords are motherhood, ferocity, and creation. Hey, so what's most interesting about this card to me is the motherly aspect and the creative aspect. When we create something new, it is a process like giving birth, and it is very, very difficult. Hey, it's not always easy to bring something new into our life or into the world. You need that ferocity here, that inner strength, and some external strength to help you stand tall and get this done. This really is, on a big level, simply finding the resolve within yourself to take those last steps and really go for it, go all the way. Okay? I'm feeling like some of you may have something you want to submit or put out there into the world. You know, a book, a video, pitch some sort of idea, start a YouTube channel, whatever it is. And you're encouraged to go ahead and do it. Hey, it's hard, it's scary, it's intimidating, but you can do it. Okay, we have the Hand of Fate. Forces beyond your control intervene. Okay, and that very much makes sense with the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower over here. It's time. You are ready. You can do this. Everything is conspiring to support you now. You just need to draw on that energy and that strength. Lean into that inspiration, okay, and get this done. Believe in yourself. Okay. Let's take a look at your shadow cards. Oops. Okay. And see what else, what other messages are here for you right now to help you empower yourself, to help you move forward. All right. Have fire, passion. So I mentioned earlier that some of you may struggle with procrastination. That is something that I struggled with as well. And one piece of advice I encountered with that was to use your passion for something, to use your drive to achieve a goal as fuel to get it done. Okay, you have to transmute your passion for something into energy to help drive you forward, to achieve your goals. Whatever this is, it really is important to you. And it is definitely something that is worth pursuing and achieving. Don't give up. You can find a way to do this. The passion is obviously there. Destiny. Astrology, the keyword is destiny. Okay, this is almost written in your stars that you can do this. You just have to believe in yourself and take that chance. If you never take that chance, you will never know what could have happened. And usually I would say it's worse to live with what ifs than to take a chance and fall and know, at least I took that chance. Okay? And even if you do fall, you can get up and you can try again. You can take a new approach. Like, falling down does not mean that you've failed forever and that you should just give up. It just means that this time wasn't the right time. However, in your situation, I do believe this is definitely the right time for you to really tap into all of these positive energies culminating around you and really let them fuel you to help you go forward. Let them inspire you to believe in yourself because you can do this. Abundance, again. Okay? You have prosperity here, you have abundance here. This is important energy. Okay? What you are doing may bring more abundance into your life, but also, you need to stop and consider, what do you need more of right now to help you achieve your goal? Do you need to save money? Set aside some money? Do you need to learn some more information first? Do you need to make connections with people to help open doors forward? Okay? There is something right now you need to bring more of in to help push open that door to bring in more abundance and prosperity. And again, this abundance and prosperity that you are opening to could be financial, could be regarding wealth, could also be regarding love, could be regarding friendships or other forms of abundance that are meaningful to you. Something that you deeply care about and would deeply like to have more of in your life. Okay. The Lovers. You have to make a choice. Okay? In the last unicorn, the unicorn had to choose. Did she want to stay human and be with Prince Lear? Or did she want to become a unicorn again and fight to save her people? Staying human would mean giving up immortality, would mean giving up magic, would mean accepting that she's going to grow old and die. But it would also mean that she would not have the power to save the other unicorns from the Red Bull. Okay? She had to make a choice, and it was a difficult choice. An immortal creature who never wanted for anything had to make a choice that wound up teaching her regret. Something a being like her would never know if she'd never had to make this choice. But at the end of the day, it was worth it for her to regret because she brought unicorns back into the world. I think for you, though, you're not supposed to regret because you're supposed to shoot your shot here, go for it, and achieve what you set out to do. Okay, this is successful, powerful energy. This is not failure energy here. This may be a difficult situation, a difficult struggle you'll have to face, but this is not give up, surrender, forget about it. This is go for it. You can do it. Okay, there are things that you can do to better prepare yourself to take that final leap forward, but you've got this. Okay, I believe this one is called The Bouquet. So I want to go ahead and look at the book for this one. I want you to know I'm not making this up when I say this here. Okay. The meaning of the bouquet here: delight, gift, appreciation, reward, recognition, gratitude, success, popularity, and flattery. The main ones here sticking out: success and reward. Okay? You can do this. You will have your reward. You will know success. You just have to tap into all of this energy and really let it build up and fuel you to take the final leap. Because I feel like for many of you, you are so close to achieving a dream here. You just need to believe in yourself just a little bit more to be able to have that, to know that success. It's waiting for you. This bouquet is here for you to collect. Okay? But if you don't try, you'll never know. You'll never be able to get it. At least if you try, the odds seem very good that you will succeed. There's a quote that I heard about fear recently. You know, fear keeps us safe, but it also stops us from living. It stops us from experiencing. It stops us from achieving and succeeding. Okay? I know that what many of you are facing right now is probably very scary. Don't let fear win. Prometheus, cunning. Hey, this here is very much like the fox. Hey, there is a need to utilize your mental prowess to help you move forward. It is interesting that you have two swords over here. You've got Justice carrying a sword. The suit of swords is about mental processes, thoughts. Okay? You need to utilize your mental prowess, your cunning, your guile, your tact, maybe even diplomacy to help you move forward and get things done, because you can do it. And doing that, taking those steps will help put you in a better position to make sure that basically you can't fail. It gives you better odds. It makes taking that final step less intimidating. Okay, really think about the situation. Build a plan of approach here. Okay, rely on your allies, your friends, your supporters. Get more information, more money, more whatever it is that you need. Everything that you can do to help put you in the most advantageous spot you can to then take that final step and achieve your goals. Okay? This is not a rush into it and do it hastily and sloppily, just let chance decide. No, this is a prepare as best you can. You're already in a very good position, but there's still more you can do. And once you are ready, once you feel confident and secure in yourself, go for it, because the odds are extremely high you will succeed. But there's nothing wrong with giving yourself better odds here. Okay, Abraham, justice of pandemonium. The keywords here: justice, truth, and duty. Justice twice. I wonder if for some of you there are important themes here with justice, truth, and duty, with doing the right thing, even though it's scary and it's hard. But also, the duty aspect of this is what's really sticking out to me right now. You have destiny here, you have the hand of fate under here, you've got the wheel of fortune here turning in your favor. You've got so many things stacked up to support you here, that this is something that you need to do. In a sense, you're almost obligated to do it because it is destined. Okay, and if it is destined, then you don't really need to be afraid of it. Okay. The siren. A temptation may lead you astray. For some of you, this card may literally be about a temptation that leads you astray, because we do have the devil under here. And the devil can be some sort of temptation or addiction, etc. However, that is not all there is to the siren. Okay, the siren can be using the power of your voice to help get the attention of others, to help you, to support you. Okay, to get others to believe in you too. The siren is also a warning against taking foolish risks. Now remember, I was saying before that this is not something to go after hastily or when you are not prepared. Okay? The siren can represent something that is so desirable to you that you go after it when you're not quite ready. You go after something that is ultimately unattainable. In this case, it's unattainable because you're not prepared, because you're acting hastily. So make sure that you do the work to put yourself in the best place to move forward. Okay? And part of that work may be using your voice to bring others to your side, to get them to support you and help you move forward. Hey, your final card here. The King of Cups. Hey, this is a wonderful success card here. Okay, if you do the planning and do the work, you will be like the King of Cups sitting on your throne. The King of Cups is someone who is emotionally fulfilled and secure in all aspects of his life. Someone who is very happy, blissful. Someone who is definitely full of abundance on many levels. And that can be you. You just have to take a chance, but first you have to prepare to take that chance. Okay, so you had the most alphabet oracles for your reading here. First we have Alpha, then we have Vita or Beta, and lastly we have Gamma. So with Alpha, we have the first letter of the Greek alphabet and a letter associated with the god Apollo, or the god of divination. And Apollo, the god who sees all, who illuminates all, says, all these things you will do quite well. Okay? This is an oracle of guidance and of good fortune. For Beta, or Vita, we have briefly wait, the time is not right for thee. Okay? We've already covered that. This is not something that you do hastily or recklessly. This is something that requires some preparation, but it is something that you will succeed at once you're finally ready to take that final step. The final oracle here, and this is so funny because you have the first 3 letters of the Greek alphabet as your oracle message here, and they all really play into each other quite well. I've never had this happen before. Gaia gives thee ripe fruit from thy work. Okay, the keyword here being work, putting in the effort. You will receive ripe fruit. But you can't receive any fruit if you don't sow the field first. If you don't nurture and take care of your plants to help those flowers blossom into fruit, you won't have anything. And that is one of the most important aspects here. 1, believe in yourself because you can do this. But 2, do the work and prepare properly to take this final step. And you will succeed. And with that, pile 1, I'm going to go ahead and leave you there. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful, please consider leaving a like and maybe letting me know down in the comments. And if you'd like to join me for another video, I do readings 3 days a week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I do a general guidance or spiritual guidance reading, then I do a romance guidance reading, and lastly, I do a week ahead spread. However, I am open to suggestions in the comments down below for other topics to do readings on. Those are just what I have on my docket for right now. And if you would like to join me for those, again, please consider subscribing. I also do on Tuesday a review of a tarot deck, and I have several reviews on my channel if you're interested in looking into the decks I've reviewed so far. And on Fridays, I do an oracle deck review. So if that interests you, I have several of those up on my channel also. And again, if you'd like to join me for more videos in the future, please do consider subscribing so that hopefully I can see you again soon. And until then, take care of yourself, Pile 1, and good luck with everything you've got going on. I believe in you, and I know you're going to do great. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and set your alphabet oracle aside for now. We'll save that as a final message for you to keep in mind at the end of your reading. Our topic, again, is essentially guidance for self-empowerment from pop culture heroes. And today we have the Hocus Pocus Tarot and the Last Unicorn Tarot here in your reading. So I'm very excited. This is literally the first reading I'm doing with the Hocus Pocus Tarot, and I am really looking forward to seeing what this deck can do in a reading. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and start with the central column of cards here for you. And this central column of cards basically represents the dominant theme, energy, or context of what you need to do to empower yourself. Okay, so we'll start with the card at the heart of the spread here. We have Watchtower of the West, and the keyword on this is autumn. Okay, for some of you, the season of autumn may be significant here. It may be a time in which, sorry if you can hear that loud car go by, autumn may be a time in which you are best prepared to take this step to empowering yourself, to changing your life. Okay, but what also sticks out to me here is Watchtower. It is a place where you observe and learn and gain information. And so I feel like for some of you, you may need to gain more information and insight on some level. Another thing that's interesting to me here is in Egyptian mythology, the West is where the sun enters the underworld or the other world. And autumn is a period where things begin to come to a close. Okay, so it's possible for some of you that self-empowerment will come when one door closes and another one opens. Okay, when you start a new journey, in this case symbolically in the other world or the underworld. I feel like for some of you, self-empowerment will involve spirituality here because of this direction with the West and the journey of the sun through the underworld. But because it's autumn, I feel like, your opportunity for self-empowerment will come when one process or one thing going on in your life ends so that something else can begin, so that you can regenerate, go through a dormant period of winter, and then bloom and blossom again. Okay. Shooting star, confirmation. All right. It is possible for some of you that you will soon have confirmation of something that you've been waiting for or looking for. It could be that this reading and this card is confirmation of that, but I think we'll know more once we get into the rest of the cards here. Okay. So here we have Anubis, the arbiter of truth. The keywords for Anubis are preservation, neutrality, and obligation. What is interesting here, arbiter of truth, is that Anubis is sort of a final judge in the underworld. And he weighs the heart to determine the worthiness of the person being judged, to see if they are worthy to enter into the afterlife, particularly the blessed afterlife. I feel like this, with confirmation here, is that either you have been found worthy or you will be tested. And what's also interesting is that the keyword of preservation on the Anubis card here, with the month where things go into a dormant state, almost like a mummified state, as it were. The plants and animals, many animals hibernate and so on. There could be an aspect of needing to persevere on some level, to hold on to something or preserve something for a little bit longer until you're ready to move forward. But let's get some more information here. I know this is a little ambiguous, and I apologize for that. So let's get a little more information here from your tarot cards. Okay, we have the Three of Candles, or the Three of Wands. Okay, so the Three of Wands is a card of taking practical steps towards a goal. Okay, for many of you, you've already done some planning, some observing, some learning, some prep work, basically, preparing for something that is coming. And this is confirmation that the time is now, or it is approaching. And the Three of Candles here, the Three of Wands, is, the candles are burning down. Look at how much wax is running down this skull here. So you can tell that they've been burning for a while. And this is you putting in the effort, burning the fuel, expending the energy to work towards a goal. And again, for some of you, you may be tested on some level, possibly to determine your worthiness. So make sure that you're prepared. It seems like with the Three of Candles here, you probably have been doing the prep work. And now it is time to actually do the practical work towards getting you towards your goal. Okay? Not that prep work isn't practical. I'm just struggling with my words right now, so I apologize. Okay. All right, the Queen of Candles. Yes, this is very positive. So, to empower yourself, okay? You need to take practical steps forward, and you need to tap into your passion and your drive for what you are doing or something that it will help you achieve, and then use that to help you continue forward. There may be a little bit of struggle here, which, challenge helps us grow. That is a good thing. This sort of testing ensures that we are ready for what is coming to us. And for you, when you are taking those steps, you need to stay focused on what is important to you. Why are you doing this? Okay, you can get through this because the Queen of Candles is someone who's very creative, who can manifest her desires. Okay, she has a lot of passion and drive to achieve her goals. She has the creativity to get it done, to make it happen. And this needs to be you right now. And part of doing that is maybe focusing on the bigger picture, focusing on what is important to you and meaningful for you. Why are you taking these steps? What is your end goal? Remember why you are doing this, why it is important to you, and let what is meaningful for you here help push you forward, keep you focused on your goal. Okay, the 10 of Potions. This is the 10 of Cups. This is very positive energy. I believe for most of you, the 10 of Potions is about being successful, getting through these struggles successful. But to have this success, some of you may need to gain empowerment from your family, from your partner, love, inspiration, support, whatever it is that you need. Some of you may need to put in some sort of work and effort at home to kind of empower you to continue to move forward, to help prepare you and empower you to further empower yourself. The 10 of Potions speaks to, having a good relationship with your significant other or others, children and family, happy home life. Okay, so part of empowering yourself may be about sorting or organizing things at home and using that as a base to support yourself to move forward. It could also come back to what is important to you. It very well could be your partner or partners, your children, your home. Okay, focusing on that. Remember why it is important to you, why you are taking these steps, and let that fuel you to go forward. The Knight of Lightning. Okay, this is the Knight of Swords. I really don't think that this is a situation where hasty or reckless action will be beneficial. At least for most of you, you've been putting in the effort. There has been a lot of preparation for this. You're reaching a conclusion on some level, and you're going through the final tests. For a small minority of you watching, it is possible that there is some level in which you need to act quickly to achieve your goal, but generally, this could be saying for most of you that there's still time for more prep work. The door is closing, it's not closed yet. And so don't be hasty or reckless. Make sure that you are prepared. Okay, the 7 of Potions, or the 7 of Cups. There are choices that need to be made. Okay, you may have to choose one or two things from a variety of things to sort of focus on. And I almost feel like, again, the Queen of Candles here is about remembering what is important to you and focusing on that. And let that empower you or impassion you to move forward. Okay? And with the 7 of Potions, again, there's a choice that needs to be made. And it could come back to choosing to focus on what is meaningful to you to help get you through. this final struggle, this final chapter. Okay, the Six of Pumpkins. Very interesting. So this is the Six of Coins. So again, I do feel like this is a card about balance here. Okay, so you have balance opposite hastiness. And the Queen of Candles is really not someone who is about hastiness. So again, you need to have balance rather than hastiness. Okay, balance will empower you and help you move forward. Some of you may need to get help from others around you. Traditionally, this card in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot depicts a man giving charity to others. Okay? You may need to get help from someone else to help move you through, to help you get through and move forward. Or you may need to sort things out with someone else first to open doors and possibilities to help you move forward. Okay, there may be something that you need to finish before you can finish your main goal to ultimately empower yourself in the way that you are hoping to. And with the Six of Pumpkins here by the Seven of Potions, the thing that you are being indecisive about has you out of balance. And you need to restore that balance, make that choice. And it may be for some of you, you need to make it in favor of your home, your family, your partner, your children, whatever the case. You need to make a choice to restore balance and to be able to take those practical steps forward. Okay. I am a little disappointed with these cards. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be giving you this commentary now, but there's really not a whole lot here to draw on imagery-wise. They are beautiful cards, but they just don't have much to say intuitively. So I kind of had to rely on, traditional meanings here. And I mean, it's speaking clearly. It's just, I wish the art had a little more something unique to offer. But anyway, so your first oracle card on the left side is fulfillment. Okay. Yeah, there's something that needs to be done. That's something that needs to be finished. And you need to make choices and make steps to bring that to a close, to have that conclusion there so that you can start taking more steps to focus on where you're going here. Some of you may actually be waiting on confirmation of some sort, and it is apparently coming. Okay, but also remember to focus on what fulfills and inspires you. Focus on what ignites the flames of your passion, and then use that fire to help take these steps and get it done. Okay, Eos, the dawn. Okay, yeah. Again, the thing that needs to be finished here needs to have its sunset so that you can have another dawn. Okay? And again, this door here is coming to a close so that you can open another one, the door of self-empowerment. Something that will give you, she's riding a chariot here, something that will give you more mobility in your life. Something that will bring more movement and opportunity to you, and hence empowering you. But something old needs to close and be finished so that something new can begin, so that dawn can break for you on some level. All right, let's look at your last unicorn cards. We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, that's very interesting. You have your passion over here. There may also very well, she's looking directly at the watchtower here. There may also very well be a need for mental sharpness on some level. Okay, the Queen of Swords is someone who is very sharp intellectually. She's got this sword and she has the ability, the prowess, the knowledge to wield it however she wants, to cut in any direction. And the sword is a tool that we use to cut obstacles down and open pathways for ourselves. And this is mental acuity here in the Suit of Swords. So it may be that there could be, for some of you, some knowledge that you need to gain to kind of be fully prepared to take this step. But I feel like for most of you, you already have this mental prowess. And so you are already prepared to meet this challenge and this test. The Ten of Cups, again. Okay, this is a happy ending card. So something needs to end. Something is ending. But it's something that you need to lay to rest. And by doing that, you can have your happy ending. And open yourself up to new possibilities and new journeys. If you look here, the sun is setting here, but you've got the unicorn down in the water going on another quest. One quest ends and another begins. The Three of Swords. Okay. I do feel like for some of you, what needs to end, what needs to be brought to a close may have to do with a partner, or it could be a home or living situation. But I do feel like some of you, there is a relationship, could be a friendship, could be a work partnership, could be a romantic partnership. But you probably know inside of yourself what that is, if this is you, because this is a general reading, and it needs to be brought to an end. It is time for you to move on, and you may need to do that on your own or with someone new, at a new job, in a new situation, okay? And obviously it's hard, it's sad, but whatever this is that you need to close, whatever relationship this is that needs to change or possibly end, it might be holding you back. And for some of you, it could be living with family or living with a partner in a bad location that doesn't afford you the opportunities that you need to move forward. So you may need to leave a home that you love. You may need to move. But it is interesting that we have the Ten of Cups, Ten of Potions, which is the Ten of Cups. Both intersect here with the Three of Swords. Okay, and we have a lot of energy of closure here. So there is something with a partner, business partner, work coworker, romantic partner, maybe something involving family that needs to end, something involving a home right now that needs to end. You need to let go of it to be able to move forward and open to new possibilities. Okay, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups can be about new romantic options. It can also be about new partnerships on a business level, on an academic level, or even just making a new friendship. Okay, but you need to start a new journey and open to new possibilities and connecting with new people who can help you in moving forward, who can bring a little dawn into your life. It's interesting, this could be sunset here. It could also be dawn. And then you've got the dawn over here. Okay. The Seven of Swords. Before I say anything about this one, let's go ahead and take a look at your last card here, the 8 of Coins. Okay. I feel like for some of you, someone has been stealing your thunder. This card here is about hard work and putting in the effort to master your skills and work towards your dreams. That is what Schmendrick is doing here in this lab, surrounded by all of these books and all of these tools. He's mastering his skills. He is literally empowering himself through his effort. Okay, it is possible that someone has been stealing your thunder. And so regarding that relationship that needs to come to a close, it very well could be someone who is making it more difficult for you to focus on what you need to get done on some level. Either they could be taking credit for your work, they could be distracting you from your work, whatever it is. They could, in some cases, someone could literally be stealing from you. But do not run crazy with that idea. Only if you have good reason and evidence to believe it, please. But there is a possibility here with the 7 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the 8 of Coins. Whatever the reality of the situation is, there is a person in your life who is, in a way, holding you back. And so again, you need to have closure with this person, with this connection. You need to free yourself from this connection that is depleting your resources or draining you or distracting you. Okay, and then you need to focus more on yourself, make better connections that empower you, and work towards your happy ending, your goals. Okay. The Chimera. This is interesting. Imagination clouds your judgment. Okay, let's take a look at the guidebook for that one because that is interesting. So, let's see. Sorry. Let's see. The Chimera's in the Bestiary, so it should be like page 54-ish. Yeah. Okay. With the head and upper body of a lion, the legs of a goat, and a serpent for a tail, the Chimera represents an unlikely mixture of ideas. This mythical beast symbolizes one who is highly imaginative, but prone to flights of fancy, warning that your current pursuits may be unrealistic. Re-evaluate your situation and combine your various resources in an innovative way to achieve your destined goal. Okay. So for me, this really does speak to this connection with someone else that is detracting you from being able to put all of your efforts and focus where it needs to be to reach your goal. Okay, and needing to end that. The imagination here, for many of you, is this connection. For some of you, it may actually be that you're on a flight of fancy right now with something that just can't work. It's not practical. And so it doesn't have to be something with a person that needs to end. It could be something with a home, with a place, with an idea even. Because swords are about ideas, thoughts, mental processes. Okay, let's continue. I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent here. All right, the Chimera represents rampant imagination and wild creativity. A healthy imagination stimulates creative thinking. However, an overactive imagination may cloud your judgment. An abundance of ideas may obscure your decision process. Combine your varied interests and personal strengths to showcase your best assets. That really does come back here to the 8 of Coins. Okay, bringing in all of your resources, honing them and focusing them to achieve your goal, rearranging them, reorganizing them in the best possible way to move forward and achieve your goal, and also to remove entropy, basically, to cut out from your life things that really aren't serving your highest goals. Okay. Lofty aspirations require a great deal of imaginative thought and dedication. Again, the 8 of Coins. Thinking outside the box will allow you to achieve seemingly impossible rewards. Visualize a positive outcome and remain focused on your desired goal. An original mixture of styles will lead to something truly unique if you coordinate your ideas in a creative way. The Chimera embodies free thinking and non-conformity. Stimulate passions by breaking away from the norm and mixing things up. Variety is the spice of life. Seek inspiration from a wide array of sources and defy convention by making a bold statement. The Chimera reminds us that we are all unique combinations of our collected interests. Stay true to yourself and be original. Okay, so that was actually a really powerful card, and I'm glad that we looked at the guidebook because I feel like I would not have said that as well or been able to capture all of that information effectively in the way that I would have put it. But so yeah, this really is a need to refocus your efforts. Okay, to harness all of your assets and put them towards your goal. And that may include new partnerships on some level, be it with, coworkers or making connections with people who will be an asset to you to help you move forward to achieve your goal. But you need to focus everything right now on yourself and on your dreams. And there is something detracting from that you need to cut that off. Head it off at the pass. You need to end that, whatever that is. Okay. The dog. Okay, the dog is about trust and loyalty. If there's someone in your life who you don't trust or who is not being loyal to you, then that very well is likely to be the connection that you need to end, that you need to break, because it's not serving your highest good. And you need to surround yourself with those whom you know you can trust to help you move forward, to empower you to move forward. If there is someone or something that is a distraction, you need to be totally focused right now. And we saw that a bit with the Queen of Candles, big picture focus and remembering why you are here, why you are doing what you are doing, and using what you are passionate about achieving to help power you to get there, to reach your goals. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at your shadow cards. It should be interesting to see what other information comes out for you. Okay. All right, so the card at the heart of your spread, Ostara, incubation. Okay. So that's what you're doing. There are things that need to go into hibernation right now, that need to go dormant, that need to end, so that you can begin working towards a new beginning, towards bringing that dawn into your life. And you know what those are, okay? This is something that, if not in your conscious mind, you know on an intuitive level that it's time for something to end, something needs to change. And now is a good time to do that so that you can start growing something new, so that you can prepare to birth something new into your life. Okay. I have eternal servitor, the ancient wanderer. The keywords here are hope, incompleteness, and yearning. Okay, that is very interesting, and there's a lot to unpack here. With the ancient wanderer epithet here, I'm getting a sense that really is, for some of you, a need to move on from your current home position, your current home life right now, and start something new. Some of you, for example, you may need to move into a dorm and start going to college in the fall to start preparing for your future, empowering yourself. That's what this reading is about, okay? For others of you, it could just be moving closer to your job or moving closer to an area that has more resources available for you to achieve what you're trying to do. Okay? With hope, obviously, you need to have hope to help power you through. That is part of what the Queen of Wands is about. Incompleteness, though, brings me back to here, the Six of Pumpkins and the Seven of Swords. You know that there's something missing. You have yearning for change. You have yearning to create something new in your life. Okay? And now is a good time to really start working towards that, because this is a change that will empower you for the better moving forward. Wishbone, affirmation. Oh my goodness. So you got confirmation and affirmation here. Okay. If you're waiting on some sort of confirmation or affirmation, I do believe that it is coming, or maybe this reading is even it. That it's time to make the change that you are wanting to make, that you know inside you need to make. This change really feels inevitable because you have fall, and fall is the start leading us into winter, and we can't stop autumn. We can't, skip autumn. This is a time when something needs to come to a close, and if you've been on the fence about it, this is confirmation and affirmation that now is the time to start closing the door so that you can open new ones for yourself. Okay. The Two of Candles. Yes, 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 yes. You have plans. Okay, it is time to start taking steps, making choices to achieve your plans. Okay? For some of you, there may be some more planning that needs to be done. But generally, because you are already taking steps, I feel like you've done that planning already for most of you. For some of you, there may be some more planning and strategizing that needs to happen first to really fully reach your goal. There may be some more kinks to iron out from the tapestry that you're weaving before you can complete it. Okay? And doing that work will be helpful for you. But you've created this doorway here with your planning, symbolized by the two candles or the two wands, and it is time to step through it into something new. Okay, it is time for change. It's time to prepare for change because fall is coming. Or it is time to start acting on that change that you have been preparing for. Okay. Forgiveness. Hey, now this is an interesting one. With the Seven of Swords here, I do wonder how many of you have someone in your life who may need your forgiveness. But I also wonder how many of you need to forgive yourself. I'm really feeling like there are some regrets about making the change that needs to happen, especially in terms of maybe moving away from family or ending a relationship that is no longer serving your highest good, or whatever the case may be. Okay? And you may be guilting yourself, you may be feeling guilty that you have to do that, because you know the other people involved may be hurt. But this is necessary change that has to happen. Okay? You need to forgive yourself. Don't hold things against yourself. Don't beat yourself up. And also know that for those of you who, for example, need to move away from family to start a new career or go to school or whatever the case is, yes, they will be hurt, but you are worthy of their forgiveness. They're not going to hold that grudge against you, and you shouldn't hold it against yourself either. Okay? When we love something, we always make ourselves vulnerable to being hurt by that thing, because nothing lasts forever. And this change feels very inevitable. Feels like you've known it's something that needs to happen for a while now, at least for most of you. Okay, forgiveness opens the door to healing. And this change will do the same. It will open the door towards new creation, new life. The dormancy of winter, the death occurring in fall, opens the doorway to healing and regeneration. Okay, and that is part of this process that you're going through right now, is closing one door to open yourself to healing and regeneration, to have a fresh start and work on something new. Okay. Penelope. The keyword here is reunion. It is possible that some of you are reuniting with a loved one, or maybe even a purpose that is very important to you. Okay? You've been distracted from it. You've been derailed from pursuing it before. Now you are ready to redouble and focus your efforts. Okay? You are reconnecting to this purpose, to this path for yourself. And what's interesting is that Penelope is the wife of Odysseus in Greek mythology, and she waited at least 10 years for him to come home from the war. Probably longer, because the war itself took 10 years, and then he was wandering for another good length of time. His son was grown up when he came home. So it may be that you've been waiting for a long time for this opportunity, and things are finally falling into place. You just have a few accounts left to balance, a few choices to make to finalize everything and to really be able to fully invest and commit and move forward. Okay? But that reunion is possible, and it is coming. And it is something that you need to embrace. And keep waiting as long as you need to, but don't give up. Okay? And don't wait forever. Penelope didn't just sit around waiting. She put in a lot of practical work on her side of things to create the best environment for her goals. Okay, she fought off the suitors wanting to marry her and take over her husband's land, to deprive her son of his inheritance, his kingdom. She strategized, she planned, she was very cunning, she was very resourceful. And this is, I believe, in many ways, this flat out represents you. But if it doesn't, then it is time to embody this energy, because you've got so many symbols of it here and here. Here, okay? It's time for this change. And you want to empower yourself to move forward with your life. There's a door you have to close to open another one. And that's just, it's hard. I feel like for most of you, it is difficult to finally take this step, but it's going to be very rewarding also, because you're going to have your happy ending. Okay, the Ten of Swords. All right, this card can be very scary. Don't let it frighten you. Okay, this is the end of one cycle so that another can begin. And, it is interesting. We have autumn down here, and, we've got the Ten of Swords here, and sunset and darkness here, and maybe sunset here. It's hard to tell if that's sunset or dawn, but we have a lot of energy of closure. And again, the Ten of Swords says that closure may not be the easiest thing to embrace, but it may be difficult for you. It may be painful on some level, but it is a necessary ending that needs to happen, a necessary conclusion that needs to happen so that you can have your new beginning. Okay, don't let this frighten you. Yes, there could be some pain involved, probably on an emotional level. But the reality is that this is in the service of your highest good. I don't feel like you watching pile 2 that you are someone who is selfish. In fact, I feel like most of you have been delaying as much as possible and avoiding as much as possible and staying in a difficult situation for as long as possible to make others happy, to keep others comfortable. But it is time for change. It is time to create something new for yourself. And it's going to hurt, but it's only going to hurt for a little while. Remember, focus on the big picture. Okay? This energy of closure and any pain that it brings is only temporary. It's just for now. It's not forever. Okay. The Black Cat. Your luck will soon change. Yes. Exactly. Okay? Change is coming. I feel like many of you have been holding the door open longer than it needs to be held. It's time to close it. It's time to bring closure to the areas of your life where closure needs to be and allow yourself to open new doors and move on. Okay? And your luck is going to change soon to help that happen. Or once you finally take that step and close that last door, you're going to be opening yourself up to good fortune. Okay, this one is interesting. I believe this one is called The Child. And there's, again, a very strong energy of having a fresh start. These children are very innocent. They have a lot to learn. They need to grow. And so not only is there this aspect of innocence and a fresh start, but also that all of this change is necessary for growth and learning, okay, and ultimately self-empowerment. All right, our final message for you tonight is your alphabet oracle, and your letter is Phi. The verse associated with this oracle is, forthwith plant, for Theo fosters well. And Theo here is Demeter, the goddess whose power is the source of energy for the abundance of the earth to manifest. Okay, you are divinely supported now. You are supported by your guides, by your higher self, by fate, by destiny, by fortune. Okay, but you need to plant to be able to foster well. You need to close that door to open yourself to new possibilities. And with that, I'm going to leave you here, pile 2. I'm sorry if this reading was a little long and a little rambly, but it really does seem like there was a lot to unpack in these cards, and hopefully I was able to do that for you effectively. If you found this reading helpful or enjoyable, please do consider leaving a like and maybe commenting down below and let me know. And if you'd like to join me for a future video, please consider subscribing. I do readings 3 times a week, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Wednesday, I release a spiritual or general guidance video. Thursday, I release a romance guidance video, and then Saturdays is a week ahead preparation video. And I'm always open to suggestions in the comments for new ideas to do readings for. That's just my general schedule for now. Also, I do tarot reviews every Tuesday, and I do an oracle review every Friday. So if any of that interests you, please do consider subscribing and joining me again in the future. And until then, take care, Pile 2. Good luck with everything. Open yourself up to healing and new beginnings by giving yourself closure. Take care of yourself, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading today. I'm going to go ahead and save your 2 alphabet oracle messages for the end of the reading as a closing message for you to take with you here. But our topic, again, is essentially guidance for self-empowerment from pop culture icons. And in your reading, we have the Golden Girls Tarot and the Hocus Pocus Tarot. So, okay, so we will begin the reading with, oops, sorry, I bumped my table here. We'll begin the reading with the central column of cards here, which represents your current context, dominant energy, or theme of what you need to do essentially to empower yourself, to access your ability to empower yourself. And we'll start with the card at the heart of the reading here. Spell. The keyword is manifestation. And the spell on the card, a little bit of it is obscured by the quill here, but it says, eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, Asser's fork, I think that might be like a snake tongue, and blind worms something, lizard's leg and bowels something. I don't think I want to know. Anyway, for a charm of powerful blank, like a hell broth boil blank. So interesting. Anyway, all right, so manifestation. Spells require energy to create. Okay, you can't create if there's no fuel to create. And so for you to empower yourself, you may very well need to connect with your inspiration, with your passion to fuel you forward. Okay, to give you that energy to manifest what you desire. The important thing for you to know is that you do have the skill and ability to make it happen. Okay, to start setting things in motion. That is what spells purportedly do. They start rearranging things and opening doorways so that things can happen as they need to achieve a certain goal. All right, next we have scrying mirror projection. With the projection aspect of the scrying mirror, I feel like there is some planning that needs to be done for some of you. some looking into the future and sorting things out, as it were. Getting some ideas of how to prepare things for your spell of manifestation. There could also be, since we have a mirror here, a need for reflection about what do you really want and how can you make it happen. Okay, we have Morgan Le Fay, someone from Arthurian legend. This is really interesting. Her epithet here is the Witch of Ages, and her keywords are atonement, growth, and deceit. Okay, so I think we can ignore the deceit aspect of this card. In the myth, Morgan Le Fay was indeed someone deceitful, and that is where that meaning comes from here. But for the Witch of Ages, which is interesting, you have a spell here, you have a magical tool here, okay, you have a lot of, some of you may actually be magic practitioners here. You have a lot of that consistent witch and magic and power energy. Atonement and growth, okay? Doing the projection and the reflection to figure things out, to work your spell and manifest your dreams is about growing in your power, okay? In a sense, empowering yourself, because that is what this reading is about. That is what magic is about. If you talk with people who are witches, if you talk with people who practice witchcraft, which is not all evil and satanic, so please don't be commenting that down below. If you talk with them, if you're not someone who does that yourself, they will tell you that it is about realizing your power. Okay? Having the power to create meaningful change in your life. And yes, there are shallow things that you can pursue with magic. You can pursue wealth and fortune. You can pursue romantic conquests. Not that these things aren't important, that they're not meaningful. They certainly can be. When I say shallow, I just mean that there's another aspect to magic where the things that you pursue are about self-empowerment, about growth, about enlightenment. Okay? And about learning who you really are, realizing your power, and what is really meaningful to you. You know, many people I've spoken with who do magic will tell you when they first started out, they would do a lot of money spells and love spells and things like that. And as they grew and matured, they realized that wasn't really what they wanted and that it wasn't making them happy long term. And by going through this process of learning magic and mastering magic, they learned more about themselves and they found what they really needed to be happy and to feel empowered. And so that's what these cards here are for you. They are about you, whether you decide to practice magic or not. You learning what really makes you happy. What do you really need in your life and how can you make it happen? Okay? How can you empower yourself to give yourself growth? Okay? And for some of you, maybe to atone. I don't really think that that meaning is necessarily relevant here either, but if it is, you know, I don't want to neglect that either. Okay, so at the heart of your spread on the left side with the Golden Girls tarot cards, we have Judgment. Okay, so Judgment is a card, despite the name, it is a card about having a new beginning, having a fresh start. And you need to give yourself that now. You need to create that for yourself. The Ace of Swords. Okay. This is very much a card about success. Some say this is the hand of God giving you that sword. And you can use it to cut your path forward, to remove obstacles, remove things from your life that are no longer serving your highest good. and to create opportunities for yourself to move forward, to grow, and to bring meaningful change to your life. And you can and you will succeed. You have that power, that skill, you have the tools that you need. All right? The devil. Okay. This is interesting. I feel like for some of you, there may be temptation away from your ultimate goal. Okay? There may be a little bit of fear or intimidation. You know, for example, the satanic panic rhetoric that all magic is evil and ungodly and things like that. It's not. It's really not. A lot of the magic we have today in the West comes to us from Christian magicians, so that is absolutely not the case. Heretical though they may be, Christians have been working magic right along with everyone else. Okay? Magic doesn't care about your religion or what it teaches about what magic is ethically. Ultimately, it is about empowerment. And with the devil, oftentimes we are disempowered with the devil because we choose to be disempowered. We choose to instead give in to vices on some level. Okay, and also with the devil card, we can also choose to free ourselves, to empower ourselves, and to move forward. But it's a choice that you have to make. The sword is being offered to you here, but if you don't take it, you can't use it to achieve your goals. The Eight of Swords, yeah, okay. Some of you are really keeping yourselves imprisoned. All right, notice that the swords here, Dorothy is trapped behind. They're not fixed in any way. She could easily knock them down and move on. She could take the blindfold off. Her hands aren't even bound. Okay? But she's choosing to stay in that position, maybe out of fear, maybe because it's just more comfortable than taking on a new challenge. Okay? But again, this is a choice. She's not being held captive here. She's choosing to be here in a state where she is not empowered. Okay? Where she's not free to pursue growth and goals and ambitions as she would like to. Because this position is comfortable, it's familiar, it's not intimidating or frightening or challenging in any way. But, you know, there's a quote that I've seen going around on Twitter: safe spaces are nice because they are safe. They protect you, but they also don't challenge you, and so nothing can grow there. You have to break down the bars, you have to take off the chains, you have to move forward. It's more than okay to indulge occasionally, but it can't be a lifestyle because it's not going to be a productive one. Okay, the Three of Swords. Yeah. So there is definitely fear of pain. There may also be fear of loss. Okay. And I feel like what you are losing with the devil here, especially, but also with the Eight of Swords to a degree, is a crutch. A crutch that you are using to support yourself, but that you really don't need. Okay? It's still scary because it is change. But if you look inside of yourself and find what really matters to you, what's really important, what do you really want in your life, you'll find that crutch that you've been using to hold yourself up is not it. And that if you let it go, you will have the opportunity to pursue what really matters to you. Okay? You will open yourself up to success and new opportunities here, and to that fresh start. The Knight of Cups. Okay, movement will come when you free yourself, progression, growth, new opportunities will come when you let go of something old that is no longer serving your highest good. And for some of you, you may even be moving towards new romantic opportunities here, because the Knight of Cups is from the Suit of Cups, which is about romance, love, and emotions on one level. That's not all it's about, but the Knight of Cups is someone who has a lot of dreams, who's very passionate about many things. Okay? And when you embody this Knight of Cups energy, you allow yourself to have the momentum to move forward. And to do that, to empower yourself, you need to let go of the things that are no longer serving your highest good. And you need to free yourself from things that are holding you back. Empower yourself. Okay? There's nothing really preventing you except you. You are being your own obstacle here. And it may be scary, and it may be intimidating, it may be difficult, but you need to choose to stop getting in your own way and really open yourself up to change and growth and pursuing your dreams. At the end of the day, you never really lose until you stop trying. Okay, I know it's corny, but it's true. Don't give up on yourself, because deep down inside, you and I both know you don't want to give up on yourself. Okay, success. Yep. If you start moving forward, if you free yourself, let go of the crutch that you've currently been using to hold yourself up, you can have success. It is possible for you. It is waiting for you to find it. Persephone, transformation. Okay? Finding your power, empowering yourself will create transformation and growth in your life. Exactly as I was telling you about the witches earlier, who used to do spells for things like money and love, and who found out that those things were not making them happy long term. So they had to really start focusing their magical abilities on what was truly meaningful for them, what truly gave them lasting happiness and meaning in their life. And that is you. Okay? Making this choice to empower yourself, you will create positive transformation and open yourself to success and victory, to achieving your dreams and your goals. You can do it. You just need to get out of your way. Let yourself have those opportunities. All right. The World. And this is a card of completion. We have imbalance here. All right. And this is a card of balance, of wholeness, of, again, finding what is really meaningful to you. If you've seen this movie, you know that Thackeray's sister was the most important thing for him. He made peace with his immortality because he thought he was protecting children from ending up like Emily again. Okay, she was his light of hope, his source of inspiration and his power. And you need to connect with yours to find your wholeness and your completion, to achieve your purpose here and to achieve your dreams for your life. Okay, the Lovers. Despite the name of the card and popular meanings for the card, the Lovers was a card about choices. Originally, in older tarot decks, the Lovers was a card about choices. And here we have Max choosing to give Allison his phone number. And then, she has to choose, is she going to accept it? Is she going to call him? Is she going to open herself up to possibilities with him? Or is she going to hold herself back and keep herself single and imprisoned? Okay, you have choices that you need to make too. And you need to evaluate the choices that you are making and understand how they are serving or hurting you. And then you need to decide, are you going to keep making those same choices that are holding you back, or are you going to open yourself up to new opportunities and progression? Okay, the Eight of Candles. This is the Eight of Wands. This is about directed action. You can see here these candles have been burning for a while, and you may even be able to see there is a spider web down there, and the spider is hanging there. The spider, the web took some time to build, but the spider put in the work and the effort and focused on their goal and built their web. And someone has been burning these candles for a long time. They've been investing the energy, okay? And they've been making things happen. And you can do that too. That is what you actually need right now to open yourself up to new possibilities, to growth, to achieving your dreams. Okay, the Four of Potions. Okay, deep down inside, I think you will find that you are unhappy with the crutch that you're carrying in your life right now. Okay, it's really not satisfying you. And the question is then, how can you find satisfaction, meaningful, long-term happiness in your life? What can you do to bring that in? What changes can you make? How can you free yourself? The Four of Lightning. Okay, this is the Four of Swords. The artwork on this is actually really bad, but the Four of Swords is about regeneration, resting and recuperating. Okay, there's also an aspect to the Four of Swords of going deep within, really contemplating ourselves, getting to know ourselves, because the swords, or lightning, is about mental processes. It's about our thought processes and our mental environment, and you are encouraged to go deep inside yourself and find what will bring you real meaning to your life and real happiness. Because it seems pretty clear to me you don't have it right now, but you can make changes to open yourself up to having more of it. Okay, to having success. All right, the Nine of Pumpkins. So the Nine of Pumpkins is the Nine of Coins. So for those of you who are experienced tarot readers, you will know that the Nine of Pumpkins is a card of being independent, of having everything you need. Okay? You have everything you need to empower yourself. There are just some choices that need to be made, some mental work that needs to be done, some inner work that needs to be done to really understand what needs to change to create happiness and positive change and to bring independence and empowerment into your life. The person on the Nine of Coins, or in this case, the Nine of Pumpkins, wants for nothing because they have everything they need. And you can bring this into your life. It just requires choices, inner work and understanding, rejuvenating and giving yourself a new beginning to empower yourself to have independence. Okay, the Gate. A barrier keeps you from your goal. Again, that brings me back to the crutch over here, to the prison that you are keeping yourself in, that you are choosing to stay within. Okay, you have a barrier keeping you from your goal. You know how you can open that gate, how you can find the key. Oh my gosh, the key. Okay, you need to find the key for your gate. I feel deep down inside you really know that you aren't happy where you are right now. And you also probably have some ideas of what you want or need to find that happiness. Okay? And all you have to do is pick up the key and use it to open the gate. Okay? And maybe the key doesn't turn in the lock easily. Maybe there are details about how exactly to get it to work. You know, things that you need to sort out to really open yourself up to change and new beginning and possibility and growth. Okay? But once you figure out exactly how you need to work the key to get the lock to open, you can open it. Okay? It may not be easy. It may take a little bit of work, but you can do it. You are ready, you are capable, you are able. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your shadow cards here and see. All right. Magic. Again, spell and magic. Okay? For some of you, you may literally need to start working magic. You may need to learn about magic to help empower yourself. For others of you, spiritual pursuits may also be, conventional or unconventional. May be what you need to help empower yourself, to inspire yourself, to feel confident enough and supported enough to move forward with your life. Okay? But you have the possibility to work magic, and you need to do that now. Empower yourself. It's not going to come from anywhere else. Wheel of Fortune. Fate. One thing that is fated is that the wheel is going to keep turning. Okay? The wheel is going to keep turning. And the question is, are we going to keep allowing ourselves to miss opportunities and possibilities? To keep going without happiness and fulfillment? Because we are too afraid or intimidated to take the steps, to take a chance, to open ourselves up to change and fortune. Okay, the wheel is going to turn no matter what. But the outcome of the turning that the wheel does, a lot of it is in your hands, especially with the spread that we've got going here. Okay, you can create your destiny. That is what magic is about. You co-create your reality. And here you are creating a reality where you are disempowered, where you may feel trapped, where you feel unhappy. And you can choose, as the wheel turns, as it brings you new opportunities and possibilities, to open yourself up to that and choose something different, to choose to create change in your life. The Exile, Forsaken Soldier. The keywords here are strategy, failure, and trauma. Okay, that's an interesting array of keywords, but again, similar to Morgan Le Fay, I don't really feel like all of them are relevant to you. I do believe that failure depends on your choices and your actions. Okay, if you never take a chance, you'll never know what could be, what could have been. Okay, with strategy, with planning, with inner work, and making choices to empower yourself, you can succeed. And it may be difficult because you may be someone who has a lot of trauma holding you back. A trauma really can debilitate us and disempower us, but it can also be healed. Maybe not completely. Okay, so what choices can you make to empower yourself and to create change in your life? For some of you, that may be getting help with something. Okay, this crutch that you're carrying, Maybe it's not so easy for you to throw it away by yourself. Maybe you need the help of a therapist or a life coach or something like that, spirituality to help empower you. Okay, you don't have to go this alone. And you don't have to keep letting trauma or fear of failure win. Okay, if you strategize, if you plan, figure things out, make positive choices to co-create a more positive reality for yourself, you can do it. It may not change overnight. That's okay. You know, we have to cultivate our life. We have to work magic and spells like growing a garden. It takes time, it takes nurturing, it takes effort, it takes focus. But it's worth it in the end if you have a garden of beautiful flowers or fresh fruits and vegetables to nourish yourself with. Okay, things that make you happy, that fill your life with beauty. But that comes down to the choices that you make. Okay, is the wheel going to keep turning here, or is it finally going to be able to turn here and you are going to be able to free yourself? The Queen of Pentacles. Exactly. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is a master of growing the garden. Here, I really feel like this is about self-care and self-nurturing to aid you in self-empowerment. Okay, to bring wealth and abundance into your own life. Simplicity. Okay, change. Again, it can happen slowly and it can also happen simply. You don't need complex strategy or plans. You just need to figure things out. And you can find a simple path or the simplest path forward. It doesn't need to be overly complex or difficult. Okay? But it just requires some strategy, some figuring things out, and then you can identify the easiest way to bring simplicity into your life, to bring empowerment into your life, to move forward. Okay, we have Plutus, the god of wealth. This is not Pluto, by the way. Plutus was another Greek deity, separate from Hades, who was the god of wealth. I believe he actually has connections to Demeter. Okay? You can create transformation here in Persephone and bring wealth into your life. And wealth here doesn't have to be material wealth. If that is what you want, you can have that. But wealth can also be a wealth of love, of happiness, of friendship, of whatever it is that you find is important to you. Okay, the Eight of Lightning. This is the Eight of Swords. So this is really about feeling trapped. You had this come into your reading twice. But it's also about disempowering yourself. Okay, and how do you get freedom? The key. Oh my goodness. Okay. You've got two keys here. You've got all the keys you need to open this gate. Okay, you can give yourself freedom. Locked doors can now be opened. Okay, and it's easier than you think to do so. If you just really look at the situation, figure things out, you can do it. Okay, you can give yourself freedom. You can give yourself power and empowerment. And by doing so, you can give yourself joy, wholeness, contentment, happiness, beauty. Okay, 28. I think this one is called The Man, but in the book that I usually read about Lenormand, I think they just call it The Person. So this card, The Man, it's also The Person because this card can be anyone. This is more an energy and a state of mind. And when this card shows up, this is about having a strength of will and courage to act, to get things done, having focus, being active, the masculine principle of creation. Creation requires masculine and feminine, and they need to be in harmony. Okay? It seems like because you feel trapped, because there's so much disempowerment here, what you are lacking is empowerment of your divine masculine energy, which we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Okay? It's not related to sex or biology. It's not about gender identity. This is about you having the courage to act, the will to start freeing yourself, even if it winds up being a process. You need to start that process. Okay? Start engaging in the activities that need to be done to attain your goals, to bring change and happiness into your life. Okay, so the final messages I have for you here, pile 3, almost said pile 2, pile 3, are Kappa and Ro. The oracle verse for Kappa is, contests with the waves are hard. Endure. Hey, challenging your comfort zone is difficult, but you need to endure. Even if you try and then you fall down, okay, make sure you get back up. It's okay to sit down and regain your energy for another attempt, but don't give up on yourself, okay? Endure. And I basically already covered what Ro means, because the verse for Ro is, rest a while, you'll go more easily. Okay? So if you fall down, it's okay to stop and rest, but make sure you keep pushing forward. Okay? Don't give up on your goals, don't give up on yourself, because you can bring meaningful change to your life. You are more powerful than you know. You are more powerful than you believe, than you think. And you don't have to stay here. You can free yourself. You have everything you need. And again, it's okay if it takes time. It's okay if you stumble on the way. But don't give up. Endure. Okay? Rest if you need it. Again, take the time to plan and strategize and figure things out to make it as easy as possible for you to move forward. Because it's not as hard as you think. And once you start doing it, once you overcome the initial fear and intimidation, it gets easier to keep going. It really does. And this is speaking from someone who has been a lifelong hardcore introvert. It was extremely difficult for me to do this YouTube channel, to put myself out there. You can go check my Twitter and my Instagram now. I'm not very active. I don't post much of a personal nature. I haven't even touched my Instagram. It's because, as an introvert, even an internet and online social space is intimidating for me. But it gets easier to be there and to participate the more that I do it. And that the same can happen for you. Okay? This is true. It might be frightening. It might be intimidating at first. But the more you do it, the more steps you take, the easier it gets to continue taking steps. Okay? That fear and intimidation lose their power. And that is an aspect of you empowering yourself because you didn't let it hold you back. And with that, I leave you here, pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading today. If you found it helpful or enjoyed it, please consider leaving a like. And even if you didn't find it helpful, please consider leaving a comment down below and letting me know your thoughts about the reading. Also, if you would like to join me for another video in the future, please consider subscribing. I do 3 tarot readings a week. I do a general guidance or a spiritual guidance reading every Wednesday. I do a romantic guidance reading every Thursday. And then every Saturday, I do a week ahead spread where we take a look at things that you might encounter in your week ahead. Also, on Tuesdays, I do a tarot deck review, and on Fridays, I do an oracle deck review. So if any of that interests you, please do consider subscribing. And hopefully I will see you again in another video soon, Pile 3. I thank you again so much for joining me. Good luck on your path, empowering yourself. Take care of yourself. Be gentle, be easy with yourself, okay? It's not a sprint. It's a process, it's a path, and sometimes you have to walk, and you have to be comfortable with going at a slower pace, but also a pace that is comfortable for you, okay? All right. Thank you again. Take care, and good luck.